Kanye West just stormed out of a Tim Pool interview. For your viewing pleasure, I edited the best 2 minutes of it to get rid of all the Kanye West rambling so we can get right to the point so I can break down exactly what it is that Tim Pool is not getting. Let's go.
Gotta go right to the heart of this anti-Semite claim that's happening. This is something, if you read the definition, it says you can't claim that there's multiple people inside of banks or in media that are all Jewish or you're anti-Semitic. And that's the truth. Like, it's the truth. What are we talking about? And
Blood Library, what do you mean? You mean, I think the issue is, one way to put it is you're expounding upon a localization issue that you've witnessed, right? Let me clarify. There are a handful of people that you see are Jewish in a certain place, and then you associate Judaism with the power, whereas I view that as not relevant to it. Like, yeah, you're substantially more powerful than I am, but I don't view what you're doing as an issue of black people.
yeah, but have you ever heard the term the black vote? So it's okay to put us in one net, but it's not okay for me to put them in one net. I think the construct of race has really been forced upon us as just something for us to be woke about and just constantly talk about and use it as these like walls.
Couldn't you say the same thing about Judaism?
Well, let's look at the facts of what I'm saying, though. Here, I feel like it's a setup to be like defending. I'm not going to go through another, like I'm literally going to walk the F off the show if I'm sitting up here having a, talk about you can't say that it was Jewish people that did it when every sensible person knows that. I mean, Jon Stewart knows what happened to me and they took it too far. It was like American History X. Like my head was on the side of the curve and the exact people that I called out kicked my head.
Here's what I was trying to get to. You went right into the anti-Semite thing. I think it's something that should be talked about. But if you start bringing this up, you're going to ask my opinion on it. I'm going to disagree with you.
I didn't ask your opinion on it. You jumped into it.
But
I don't care about your opinion. I like your opinion on how we win an election, but I don't care about anybody's opinion, bro. I lost. They tried to put me in jail. They blocked $2 billion I had. Like, yeah.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who was they though? We can't say who they is.
Corporate press. I'm not using I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking about.
It is them though, isn't it? I mean, because because when you think about it, consider it. In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you referring to the press?
He's gone.
Everybody that punched me was left-handed, but not all left-handed people punched me. Hey, you can't say all left-handed people punched you. I didn't say all left-handed people punched me, but I was punched, and everybody who did it was left-handed. Hey, you can't say all left-handed people. Kanye West storms off the stage. That's how I heard the conversation. Asians are good at math. There's a high concentration of them that score really high on the math section of the ACT and the SAT. Well, it's anti-Asian to say that, but it's true. Yeah, but you can't say that about all of them. All of them don't score high there. I didn't say they all scored high, but as a group, they score high. Well, you can't say, like, that's what's happening here. Tim Pool is really smart, and he's good at breaking things down, but he's falling for a not all argument right now, and he's pretending to not understand proportions. I'll use a tougher one. There's a higher concentration of violent crime in Chicago. We know that all people in Chicago are not committing violent crimes, but we also know through certain neighborhoods in Chicago where people of a certain level of pigmentation are highly concentrated in those areas where it's a lot of violent crimes. We can get into all the reasons why, poverty and this or that or blah, 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 but either way it goes, if you happen to ride through there, your head is on a swivel, and we understand why. And it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to say it. But at least it kind of makes sense to be a little touchy because we're talking about something that's bad about a group of people. But you can't even compliment Jewish people without being called anti-Semitic. Just like my Asian example with them being good at math, are we anti-Asian because we're pointing out that they're killing it on the math section of the SAT test? The Dave Chappelle joke was hovering in the midst of this conversation where there's a lot of black people in Ferguson, but that doesn't mean that they're running the place. But if there's a lot of people in positions of power in a particular place, then it's an accurate statement to say that they're running the place. This is modern day Game of Thrones. People with power, wealth, and influence who grew that power, wealth, and influence in an open market, and they use that power, wealth, and influence to grow more power, wealth, and influence. And now they're sitting here with a lot of what? Power, wealth, and influence. And when people step outside or say something that goes against the power, wealth, and influence that they've established, that person suffers penalties. Kanye West is evidence of that. And he's pointing it out. He's pointing out how he lost in the modern day Game of Thrones. It is insane to say that he's anti something for simply talking about what happened. That's crazy.